Welcome back to the series. This is a series about React in WordPress. And if you're following this, we have a custom theme here. And the last video, we just added two different React apps on two different templates. And just to prove to you that we are actually live here, we can see this is actually being compiled. So let's make a change. Actually, sorry, this was the template. We should be changing this one. Let's do it here. Okay, right. And now let's refresh. We are live, right? Because anything we do now is being compiled here. Okay, let's put it back as it was. Save, refresh. And one thing you will notice while doing it on a WordPress template, you may have to refresh multiple times. The first time it may not come on the screen. And the best way to do it is right click here and empty cache and hard reload, right? Okay, that being said, now let's go add our next template. Get rid of this, guys, and go ahead and enable this few lines. Now we're looking for app theme 3, and the template would be number 3, and this is where we have app theme 3, right? And it is called React App 3. So now that this is all enabled and we're calling our component here, let's first set it up and then we're going to go over the script. So let's go to pages. Actually, now let's go to the React App 3, and as you can see, we have React App 3 template loaded. Do an update. Now go back to the menu, find it, add it, save it. Okay, go back, refresh, and we have our template. Now this is blank because most of the stuff are not enabled. We're going to do them step by step. So now that this page is all ready to go, we can actually get rid of this, and this template, it also came up, so get rid of that. Now let's go find our actual app, React App 3. When we come here, now we find that this is where, besides React, we're also loading the hash router and the route and switch, right? If you know basic React, you know how React router DOM works, but you probably used to with doing a browser router, right? And that works in the full-blown React applications. But since here we're actually dealing with WordPress, and WordPress itself is in charge of the navigation, right? So in this page, if you can see here, the tiny little hash came up, right? So if we have a navigation on this page as a single page application, all the routings are going to take place right here after the hash. And that's why it is called the hash router, right? And at this point, only thing we have available is the not found module, right? Here in my structure, inside module, I have our main files and then pages and components. And if we find, open components, I have general, layouts, and some other components that we're gonna bring up later. At this point, let's go find and see what not found looks like, right? So this is what the not found module looks like. And I have a separate component called page, which is basically a layout component. So let's go look at page. So it's basically gonna have some props here, and I'm using use effect to, these pop-ups are really annoying, right? So anyway, so what's gonna happen is this will change the page title up here. Anytime I come here, and according to whatever the app does, it's gonna go ahead and change that title, and then it's gonna get one prop according to it's gonna be a boolean. If it's a true, then it's gonna have a Bootstrap class called container-fluid, which is the wide one. You can look that up, if you go to Bootstrap documentation, and I'm using Bootstrap 4.0 for this theme. So this is gonna give us the wide look on the page, and if this is false, then we're gonna have the base container, which will have nice amount of margin on left and right. So that's what this component does. And as you can see here in the middle, it's going to have the children prop. That means when you wrap it with this component, whatever you put in the middle is going to be the children. So let's say in this hash route, if I put something or anything, right, and hit enter, it's going to show up. And this is the proof that our routing is working, right? So that being said, let's get rid of these guys. Now let's bring up our navigation component. And every time I make a change, it's actually compiling in the background right here. And for that, we're going to be seeing the necessary changes. And this nav bar, I'm bringing it in from the component and general folder, which is this. Let's first see what comes up, then we'll analyze this. Refresh. There you go. We have our navigation header, right? So now if I go to the nav bar, this is what I find. Everything currently commented out. And this one is going to go straight to the home page. That's why it's in the hash right here. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and enable the first one. Save it. And go back. Refresh. There you go. We have a page. And if I click on it, there's nothing showing up because we have to enable something else. So for that, we go back to our original file, which is React App Theme 3, right? So let's enable this guy right here for page 1. Nav bar, look at that, /page 1, page 1, and here it is /page 1, right? So enabled it. Let's go back, refresh. There you go. So now that we're here, let's quickly enable the page 2. And if we refresh, actually, I have to go to the main nav bar and I have to enable page 2 here. Refresh, there you go. Page 1, page 2. Home. Home is coming up, but for now, page 1 and page 2 are loading just fine, which means we have our navigation, we have our routing, and we are well on our way to create a nice little, more complex single page app on a page template inside WordPress. That'll be all for this video. On the next video, we're going to go ahead and keep adding one extra page to it, and we're going to go ahead and fill this up with a home component. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please smash the like button and the subscribe button. This will help me bring more free contents like this to you every week. Thanks again.